Most players can.
Fifth time the two teams have met. Chicago won the first two. Atlanta won the last two. And Atlanta, in the stretch of a long series of games, they defeated Washington the night before last at home. That shot off the iron. The follow by Livingston, no good. The tip comes down in the hands of Michael Jordan. And Chicago has had horrid shooting percentages the last 4 games. The tip is good for Mike Brown.
By my formidable center friend, Mike Brown.
Why do you say Mike Brown?
I'd say the first time I ever saw Mike Brown, he was so formidable to me. That's all I could think of to say to him was, hello, Mike Brown. Here comes some great offensive action. Brown just wending his way through, creating some space for himself. And he's got such a wide body right now, you wouldn't think that it'd be too tough to block him out, but he powers past people.
Doc Rivers at the line, puts Atlanta back on top.
Here's a key guy in the matchups against these two teams. Doug Collins has indicated that this is the man that they truly must stop, not let go wild. He's come from some great ball games with penetration and outside shooting.
Rory Sparrow on the break. Now they set it up in the half-court offense. Michael Jordan pulls up, takes the jumper, and hits it.
I think Jordan's outside shooting this year has just been terrific.
Chicago back on top by 1. Randy Whitman off the pick.
There's a guy that's got to get untracked. He's been in sort of a shooting slump. They have not been setting good picks for Whitman to get open.
Got the pick that time from Tree Rollins and got the basket, so Atlanta back on top. Opening moments of this holiday basketball game on CBS. Doc Rivers goes for the steal, and it's knocked out of bounds. Doc Rivers against Chicago this year, a triple-double the last 2 games out. Didn't play in game 1.
That's the tough stuff, boy. When he gets in the paint, Doc Rivers, he creates lots of problems.
Jordan, second jumper of the game. Mike Brown. Foul in the rebound.
Loose ball foul on Mike Brown, his first 13th foul.
If he were going to post me up, I'd get out of the way.
Well, the funny thing, just to complete the story that Tommy told about Mike Brown, is that there was a tape made of the game he referred to, and Doug Collins played the tape for the Bulls. Said they fell on the floor laughing when they heard Tom Heinsohn say,
Mike Brown.
Yesterday at practice, Mike Brown wanted to hear about it right away. Here's Tree Rollins, got it.
Tree Rollins from Livingston.
Atlanta's got a very aggressive defense. They all have quick hands and quick feet.
Charles Oakley. Back to Brad Sellers where the outside shot is good.
There's an ex-center in college who has really tried to learn to play a much different position, a quick forward spot, and he's responding.
Isn't that so typical of so many of these kids who come into the NBA? They have to change positions.
Yeah, and it takes them a little while to learn that new spot.
There's Whitman off the pick of Rivers. Shot's not there. Dominique will take it. And Oakley with the rebound.
Dominique can be erratic from the outside, but when he gets it going.
Rory Sparrow's shot too strong, and here comes Atlanta. Doc Rivers, ball tipped away by Mike Brown, and Jordan. Here comes Chicago in transition, 3-on-1.
Both teams trying to take it to each other. Fast break style, create some openings, and that's going to put a lot of pressure on the middlemen of each team to create the good openings for easy baskets.
Chicago back on top, 8-7 now, 9:07 to go, first quarter. Tree Rollins with Mike Brown on him, trying to force him to that side, and he takes it, takes the shot and puts it in.
Now, he's a very underrated player, Tree Rollins. Doesn't get credit for the offense. He does score. They don't go to him an awful lot. But boy, I tell you, he is Mr. Defense for the Hawks inside.
Atlanta back on top by 1. Jordan's jumper, the rebound taken by Sellers, who takes it all the way. Rollins, no goaltending. Collins wanted it. And Whitman will pull up after the pump fake and put Atlanta back on top.
What a great guy to have out on the wing on a fast break team. Gets into the corner, and when the defense sinks in, Whitman will kill you out there.
And he has been, as you said, in a slump, but got to do him a lot of good to get off to this quick start.
2 in a row does anybody's heart good.
8:05 to go. First quarter of play. Pick and roll. Oakley foul, and he'll shoot two.
As Michael Jordan trying to be a creator. Pick and roll, a little pass. You're going to see that decisions. Who gets the most out of the speed is really dependent upon the middleman. How he uses that speed to find the right opening. He thinks he sees an opening inside. It's not there. That's a poor decision. The reliance of a coach on a middleman to get the most out of the speed is most important. And I think the only real great middleman on either team right now is Spud Webb.
And yet he has some deficiencies when he is in the game.
Big asset on offense, big liability on defense.
Well, Doug Collins said that's the one thing his team needs is a really creative middleman.
Well, they got speed at all of big men spots, forwards, power forwards. All of them can get up the court. And both coaches trying to get that into play as much as possible.
Atlanta by 2, 7:50 to go, first quarter. Cliff Livingston down in the low post calling for the ball. Gets it. Jordan talking to him all the way, and Jordan gets the foul.
Well, Jordan is not a physical defender in a low post. And Livingston is used to spreading out. And Jordan a little upset, but he did reach in as Livingston turned around and try to hit it off the glass. But Livingston is really, what a basketball player he is for a fast break coach. He is a great hustler with speed, will bang the boards, and for a guy his size, does an outstanding job in the rebound department.
Mike Fratello looks on from the midcourt area, giving a little coaching to Bill Saar already.
Why not?
Absolutely. Working road. Livingston gets 1 of 2. 12-9. Atlanta on top by 3.
Now, the middleman for the fast break of Chicago was Roy Sparrow. Now they're being forced more and more to the half-court set offense.
Jordan tries to get it inside, taken away, and here comes Atlanta. 3-on-3, no advantage, but a great move by Dominique. And then how about Sellers with the block?
It took a 7-footer to block Dominique's shot. Here's a decision again by Rivers.
On the fast break in the middle, watch Doc Rivers.
Here it comes up the court. They don't spread out to give him another man on the side of the court. He gets it immediately to the player instead of what is the best opportunity. But I'd kind of be hesitant not to give it to Dominique. He's that good on the wing.
Back live, Brad Sellers, who had that block. Rory Sparrow pulls up and takes the J. Brown shoving underneath.
To the backboard, on the side.
Since the All-Star break, look at these shooting percentages. Against Detroit, 35%. They won at Milwaukee by hitting 45%, but they're blown out against Detroit, hitting only 38%.
Well, Chicago does not have, if they're not getting those fast breaks, they don't have an inside game to go to. Atlanta probably has a better one in that department.
Mike Brown hustles out, but it's a 1-on-3, and he takes it all the way. Asks for the foul and doesn't get it.
He didn't look too formidable on that one.
No, didn't look like Mike Brown. Jordan, jump ball. Time has been called. Atlanta on top by 3 at 12-9, 6:30 to go, first quarter. Our score on this Monday afternoon, 12-9 Atlanta, 6:30 to go, first quarter of play. Last night in the NBA, Houston knocked off Portland 115-103 behind Akeem Olajuwon's effort. Also out on the West Coast, Denver defeated Utah. Boy, Doug Moe's team continues to play well, 107-93. And the Dallas Mavericks defeated the Clippers for the 9th straight time. Mark Aguirre had 25 points and 5 assists. Highlights coming up at halftime with Jim Nantz. Back to live action, Dominique Wilkins. And a tip is back to Randy Whitman. Shooting in the first 5.5 minutes, Atlanta 4 out of 10 from the field, Chicago 4 of 11. Doc Rivers. Jordan way up in the air for the rebound. Fires to Charles Oakley, off balance when he took the shot and is limping a little bit as he goes back down court. Rivers to Whitman. That's 3.
Get it to the outside shooter, and then the defense has to rush at the outside shooter, and invariably, even though he might be slow, he can get by and into the defense for some easy shots.
Randy Whitman leads all scorers with 6 now. quickly. And the foul is called on Tree Rollins.
Foul on Tree Rollins. His first.
Wilkins starts the fast break with the big rebound, and what happens is a good, quick outlet pass. And up quickly it goes to the open wingman, Whitman, who now takes the rush of Oakley, gets by him and right into the defense, and enough balance to get that shot away. That's good fast break basketball.
Sedale 3 for Rory Sparrow.
Well, you talked about the running game. Sedale 3 coming in now for Chicago, and Rory Sparrow will get a rest as Doug Collins goes to the bench. You think this running game will be the key to the game? Who's got the advantage so far? Atlanta?
Absolutely. Atlanta is really capitalizing on the rebounds and the hard push up the court. And absolutely, Chicago has not been able to convert whatever defensive rebounds they get into hard pushes. And that's why Threet is in the ball game right now to advance the ball quickly.
Brad Sellers guarding Dominique. Shot no good. Mike Brown rebound. Trapped in the backcourt, gets it out. Sellers, now Chicago 3-on-3. Michael Jordan.
No way was Doc Rivers going to get up and challenge Michael Jordan on that outside shot. He just let him have it.
Yeah, you challenge him and he's by you. 14-13. Randy Whitman has the hot hand now.
Randy Whitman.
And they'll keep feeding him until proven otherwise.
Now, he comes off picks. He's one of the best. If they set good picks for him, he's a 20-point-a-game scorer if he gets enough shots up.
How about the pass? How about the shot and the chance for three?
Michael Jordan has become another dimensional ball player. He's finding the people when he's supposed to find the people. Last year, they used to stand around and watch him, his teammates. Now, on the double team, they go to the hoop. He finds them with a nice, soft pass. Last year, his teammates had difficulty catching his passes, and it really was a leftover from 2 years ago when the whole offense was stand around and watch Michael do his thing. And as a consequence, they had their hands on their hips, most of his teammates. Now they feel like they're part of the action.
Dave Corzine comes in, and Antoine Carr comes in for Atlanta. Kevin Willis also is in the lineup. So Corzine is in for Chicago. Carr and Willis in for the Atlanta Hawks. Sellers can't get the free throw, so we stay at 16-15. A 1-point Atlanta lead, 4:10 to go, 4:40 rather, in the first quarter.
And this is Chicago's version of the Twin Towers. Corzine and Brown in there at the same time.
Kevin Willis. Well, he's really been having problems with coming back from a knee injury, but the follow shot is good from Cliff Livingston.
I was Antoine Carr, and I'll tell you, he is a multi-skilled player. A lot of people think he ought to be playing more time than he is.
18-15. Corzine, patented Corzine shot.
He doesn't get down in the super low post, but when he's out that range and turns around, that's his shot.
There's Whitman off the bench. Cliff Livingston, that's 5 baskets for Randy Whitman.
And are his teammates knocking off the defense with some hard picks.
Jordan has Whitman on him, and they'll stay that way through much of the first half. Now Corzine gets his second in a row.
He's not pretty, but effective.
Reminds me of a lot of announcers. 20-19. Kevin Willis. And a chance for Chicago to go on top. Jordan pushes it up. Oh, boy. He blew right by Doc Rivers. And the shot doesn't go.
Well, Threet got right into the heart of the defense, but ended up having to take the shot himself.
Cliff Livingston.
Cliff Livingston with a basket.
If he ever gets that outside shot down where he can make 6 out of 10, Cliff Livingston will be an all-pro.
Think he will?
Yep. I don't know. He's been working on it an awful long time.
It's been a while. Sellers out of the double team. He'll shoot a couple. Time has been called. 22-19 the score. 2:49 to go.
One named Isaiah, the other called Magic. A matchup made in heaven. Sunday.
You know, Michael Jordan last year was compelled, or he felt compelled, to really go against double teams all himself. And he was pretty successful at it, but he would end up forcing a lot of shots. Now you see, as soon as a double team develops, he has a total willingness to find an open man, which he did beautifully that time, get it inside to a big player who creates a situation where he gets fouled, Brad Sellers, and that team now is expecting the pass from Michael Jordan, and that's what's going to develop into a very cohesive offense.
And as a result of what Tom's talking about, Michael Jordan's assists per game are up this year, 6.6. Matter of fact, every statistical category he's shown improvement this year, save one, and that's his scoring, which is down, as one might expect.
Yep, and we're looking at one guy right now that is probably the toughest little weapon in all of NBA basketball. I don't think there is a guard in the NBA that wants to play against this guy. They back off and give him ground. And he's an accelerator. He gets up the court, puts the real touch of speed against the defense, and he blows by people.
Both free throws good, 22-21. I think the happiest guy in the league when Muggsy Bogues came in was Spud Webb. Now he said, let Muggsy have all the short man questions. Randy Whitman has hit his first 5. Now finally misses his first field goal of the day.
That's not his kind of shot on the move like that.
Michael Jordan. That's 8 points for Jordan.
And Jordan will pick his spots when he's one-on-one and take his shot wherever it may develop. As soon as he's doubled, he'll get rid of it.
Chicago back on top by 1. Antoine Carr will go and shoot the free throw after the successful basket.
Foul on Mike Brown is second.
Here's Jordan coming up the court, and the defense, Whitman, really reflecting that he's afraid of Jordan's speed, backs off, and that's all the room Jordan needs to get the shot away.
Horace Graham has come into the lineup, the rookie from Clemson. At what point in a player's first year in the NBA do you stop referring to him as a rookie?
Not till the very end of the year, and maybe not till the end of the playoffs, if they make the playoffs. But rookies have a tough time going past the 35th game of the season because the physical wall, they're so used to playing that amount of games in college. They run into a wall, and that's what I think has happened to both Pippen and Horace Grant of Chicago.
Carr from the outside, hands it.
What a skilled player Carr is, inside, outside.
27-25, ball taken away from Sadale Free. Spud Webb. Randy Whitman. Antoine Carr again.
He is having a field day. They brought Horace Grant in to try and stop him and stay with him, but it's not working.
4-point Atlanta lead, and Carr has a quick 9 points off the bench. Corzine hit from behind.
Antoine
Carr has got some outstanding abilities. He's got a wide body, gets inside, posts up, but he's also got a touch of an outside shooter. There he is at the elbow of the foul line, and nice soft outside shooting touch. He's had a weight problem, and he's not really been consistent, and Fratello thinks that perhaps he's going to weigh him when he gets back to Atlanta. They want him playing at a lot lesser weight than he appears to be right now.
Yeah, I said he'd better be at 250 when we weigh him next time. Scottie Pippen in the lineup now, and Dominique also back in as Doug Collins looks on. And a 2-point game again. 29-27, 65 seconds to go, first quarter.
Dominique is back in there to go with Spud Webb's speed.
It's the outsider three-pointer.
I'll tell you, when he hits that outside shot, he gets his confidence. You're going to see a skywalker.
5-point edge again. That's been the largest of the first quarter. There's Sadale Free right by Spud Webb.
Got by Spud's quick hands.
Kevin Willis puts it over Corzine. Rebound Antoine Carr. He's got 11 points.
Missed time rebound by Grant, and right on the money by Antoine Carr to pick that up and score.
Corzine again. Brad Sellers, good job of boxing out. defensive play.
They have not seen Brad Sellers really become as aggressive on the boards in this game. The last few he has not. Here is Sedale Threet, little up fake. Spud Webb reaches in, and Threet with his speed right by the little guy.
Sellers gets the jump.
Sellers is playing like a man possessed today.
And the Bulls will take the final shot of the quarter.
Okay, go.
Shot clock shows 9. That's just inside the three-point edge. And now Spud Webb. Didn't get it.
Atlanta 34, Chicago 20.
We finished 1 of 4 here at Chicago Stadium. Atlanta on top by 5, 34-29. End of the first period of play.
4 seconds. Inbound comes to Blackwell. Excuse me, to Dawkins. Dawkins, a running one-hander. Oh, it's good!
11 points for Sigmund. It's 59-52 at the buzzer. It's good!
The next by 5.
Langley at the buzzer. NBA action. It's fantastic.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Basketball Association is sponsored by Owens Corning. Our building products put your house in the pink. Jeep and Jeep Cherokee. Four-wheel and off-road magazines, 4x4 of the year. There's a feeling you get only in a Jeep. And by Speed Stick Super Dry Antiperspirant. The wide stick gives you the edge. Speed Stick by Menon.
Just outside of Chicago Stadium. Weather a little crisp, but inside nice and toasty. 34-29. Atlanta leads. Vern Lundquist along with Tom Heinsohn. Chicago led at 23-22, but then Atlanta stormed back and has a 5-point lead as we enter quarter number 2. Tommy, both teams want to emphasize the fast break. Let's chronicle how well they've done here in the first quarter.
Well, Atlanta obviously has been 4 out of 5 for 8 points. Chicago 1 out of 3. And what I think has really been a problem for Chicago is in their outletting of rebounds, defensive rebounds. That quick pass off the rebound, getting it to somebody that can advance the ball. That's the second part of their problem. No hard pushes. Threet has been able to get it up the court, but has not made good decisions dishing it off to an open man.
Let's check the lineups now. Threet stays in with Oakley, Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant, and Dave Corzine as Jordan gets a rest. Rebound, Kevin Willis, and here comes Spud Webb pushing it up. He's got Wilkins. They thought about the alley-oop. Pass, dishes it off left side. Antoine Carr misfires. And here comes Sedale Threet back across the timeline. Oakley. Scottie Pippen cutting back to the left. Underneath, Horace Grant. Fine pass from Charles Oakley.
Had enough on it to get through the defense and allow Grant to make the move on the catch.
Dominique Wilkins, 1 of 6 in the first quarter. The one was a three-pointer. Livingston turned around.
Well, he may make the All-Pro team even though he can't shoot from 18 feet.
Three. Oh, fine pass, Oakley.
Absolutely a sensational pass.
Back to a three-point game. Wilkins goal. Chicago running. 3, 2-on-2. Off balance shot. Spud Webb the foul. Watch this quick touch pass from Charles Oakley now.
Oakley is going to be double teamed down inside. And I'll tell you, not only was that a great pass, but it was a fantastic catch by Grant, because that thing really had some seed on it, mustard seed.
Had to use a little of his ear to catch it. Now Doc Rivers back in the lineup, and Dominique Wilkins, who is 1 out of 7.
One of the concerns of Doug Collins in getting his team to run is also to continuously to get the mental approach to running into players like Oakley and their center and all the other people that play those forward positions. Here is an outlet pass. That's a key part of the problem. How quickly the ball gets outletted. Now Threet is up, and into the defense, but the Hawks really did hustle back.
Sedale Freak gets them both. He's got 4 points. 1 point game. Atlanta 36-35.
Freak is the fastest one of all their point guards.
And yet known as a defensive specialist more as a playmaker. More than as a playmaker. Freak, top of the key, yes. Now, Doug Collins told us yesterday he's played very well the last couple of weeks.
He went into a slump, and he talked to him about getting back to what made him good at Philadelphia, playing defense. And as soon as he started playing some good defense, the offense started to come along.
Doc Rivers loses it. Oakley, Pippen, and Grant and Oakley misfired on the attempt to catch the behind-the-back pass of Scottie Pippen. Time has been called. Bulls lead by 1.
Man, as he comes up the court, we're going to see Sedale Freak now come after a steal up the middle, and right now we're going to see he has room to come and attack this defender, which is really what you should do, is attack the defense to create openings for others. Instead, he pulls up and he shoots a rather low percentage shot from way out past the key. He happens to make the shot, but that's not what you call putting the heat on the defense.
Nevertheless, 3 of 6 in this quarter now for Chicago.
But it's those little things like that that keep that fast break and demoralize the other team when you use it.
Good penetration from Doc Rivers. That puts Atlanta back on top, 38-37. Rivers with 3 points now. Michael Jordan stays on the bench for Chicago. Scottie Pippen.
And there is a kid that's going to be a great basketball player.
You really like him.
Scott Pippen, what a multi-skilled player. Can dribble, pass, shoot.
Oh, dandy move by Rivers.
When Rivers gets into the paint, that's his territory.
Atlanta back on top by 1. Doug Collins talking last night about his 2 young men, Horace Grant, Scottie Pippen. They're still learning how to be pros. Offensive foul.
The biggest problem with rookie players is when they play a good game, they get too emotionally up. Here is Rivers in the paint, coming down on the left side of your screen, gets into the defense, and he, as a number 2 guard back in college, really has those type of moves down pat.
40-39 Atlanta. 8:47 to go first half. Jordan getting ready to come back into the Chicago lineup now. Kevin Willis got it. Jump hook.
Kevin Willis.
3. Joined by Pippen. Charles Oakley from the outside.
Oakley, for as many offensive rebounds as he gets, can't get the shot up inside, so he's trying to adjust by taking more outside shots.
Doc Rivers rebound taken down by Oakley. There's the baseball pass, and Spud Webb jumps up at 5'7" and leaps a little higher than 6'5", knocks it down.
Probably the biggest culprit of holding the ball too long on the Chicago Bulls is Charles Oakley for the outlet pass. That time he got it, and he immediately on the catch looks up the court and lets one fly. Could have been on the money, but that wasn't the pass to make. Quick, he made it, and that's pretty good.
Oakley. Sellers can't hang on. That's going to drive a coach nuts, and the man who made the pass nuts.
Again, that pass had a lot of speed on it. And I'll tell you, Sellers is as aggressive in this ball game as I've ever seen him play.
Kevin Willis. Shot clock at 5. Foul on Jordan, his second.
Foul on Michael Jordan. His second. Team's first quarter.
Michael not too happy with the foul called on him. Neither was Doug Collins. Atlanta by 1, 42-41.
Great defense that time by Sedale Freak to cut off that pick and roll play by Rivers.
Freak goes down to help out on Kevin Willis, and here comes Jordan with a rebound for Chicago. Sellers along the line to Pippen. What a nice move. Didn't make the shot, but
Foul on Kevin Willis, his second, team second.
coming into the game, Dominique averaging 29.7 and Jordan at 33.1. Wilkins with 6 rebounds to 5 and field goal percentage. So far today, Wilkins with 5 points and Jordan with 8. 1 of 7 from the field for Wilkins, 4 of 6 for Jordan. They have not been the story of the game, neither one so far.
Well, I think Jordan, by design, to make things happen for his teammates, and they've settled in very nicely to that. And I think Atlanta's other people have come along and done an exceptional job of perhaps what they were not doing in the last week, getting into the offense themselves.
Atlanta with Cliff Livingston, Wilkins, Willis, Whitman, and Rivers right now. And Tree Rollins getting ready to come back in. John Paxson about to make an appearance. Oh, nice pass. Willis up for the dunk. Foul is on Scottie Pippen.
That was just a great read by Dominic Wilkins of the double team. As soon as they put it on the floor, they double team him, and he finds the right guy. Here comes the double team developing. As soon as he puts it on the floor to the middle, double team, hits the right man, little up fake. Jordan just released and went to his own man and didn't stop Doc Rivers, and that allowed the opening inside the gut of the Bulls defense.
John Paxson replaces Sedale Threet for Chicago, and Threet gets a nice hand.
Paxson is probably the best point guard or outside shooter that the Bulls have, but he's not a hard push man, and that's why he doesn't start anymore, I think.
We're tied, 42 all, 6:55 to go, first half. Jordan. He's in double figures with 10.
He's confusing the Atlanta defense. They don't know when to go double him, when to play him one-on-one, and he's starting to read it beautifully for those one-on-one situations.
Whitman has missed a couple in a row, and here comes Jordan for Chicago. Underneath from Oakley. Pippen, count the basket.
This is just beautiful basketball. Jordan, under total control, finds the wide open man, Oakley. Oakley, as a man comes out at him, gets into the low post man underneath, and Pippen, beautiful balance move, converts.
And time has been called with the Bulls up by 4, a chance for 5.
Performance. For some people, it's more than a passion. It's a way of life. Well, for all those people for whom good enough just isn't good enough, there's Speed Stick Antiperspirant. Nothing is wider. Nothing glides on drier. Nothing gives you all-day protection in a bigger way. All-day performance that's unbeatable. If you're going to give 110%, your antiperspirant should give 110% too. Speed Stick, the white stick.
By Menon.
How's it going, mate?
Yard work makes you mighty thirsty.
Bit of nip of the smooth refresher?
Ah, Matilda Bay cooler. Hey, Fuzzball, you missed a spot. Ah, that's really something. Yeah.
Did you bring the hedge clippers?
Oh, yeah.
Matilda Bay's a different kind of cooler from a different kind of place. Now made by our mates in the States. It'll take your taste away from the everyday.
Notice my hair? Mm-hmm. Neat, natural looking, totally under control. That's Consort hairspray. No wonder I attract crowds. Some people will do anything to look this good. Consort, the hairspray that puts the American male in control.
Batteries can lose their freshness waiting to be bought. But only new Duracell battery packs have a freshness date that guarantees they're fresh. Freshness dating from Duracell.
On Jake and the Fat Man, one witness is silenced, but another speaks out.
I could have identified you in the lineup, but I didn't.
Blackmail is not right.
Tuesday at 9.
4-point Chicago lead. They've gotten there on 7 of 9 shooting in this quarter, and Michael Jordan has helped lead the way. Watch Jordan on Dominique Wilkins down in the low post.
Well, talk about reading the defenses and not taking forced shots. And here is a great move by Jordan. He's got Dominique on him, a little foot fake, and he drops down, but Dominique hanging on his shooting hand, but that great move eludes it, and then look at that ability to go get the rebound and then put it back up. Now, people may have thought that was a forced shot, but he's so used to slicing between double teams that that was practically a layup for him, that outside shot. It just was a little bit off. This man is outstanding, and he's becoming truly one of the great creators of the game. In the bird, Magic Johnson category.
And that's an area of growth for him, I guess expected, but did you expect him to blossom in that category with his team this quickly?
You could have thought he was a gunner, but he's much more than that.
Yeah. Whitman, he suddenly got in the cold hand. Here's Scottie Pippen. It's a 3-on-2. Trailer is Jordan, and Pippen doesn't see him.
Boy, they had a 4-on-3, and Pippen just didn't get rid of the ball.
Jordan now has 12. A 7-point Chicago lead. Wilkins ends the cold streak for himself.
I tell you, Dominique, don't count him out. I saw him play against the Celtics one night. They lost by something like 25. He was still man-to-man pressing with 5 seconds left to go. He wants to win.
Dominique. Livingston. Interesting the role that Dominique has had to assume that. John Koncak, for example, is out. John Battle is out with hepatitis. Atlanta really has been struggling. Willis has had injury problems. He's been called upon to really assume the scoring lead.
He's got to make up for a lot of the ills of this ball club right now, and he's done it, Dominique.
Well, that'll make Wilkins sick. Jordan was patting the move underneath. Wilkins. Rebound, Chicago.
Michael Jordan coming right at you, folks. Randy Whitman, no chance to stay with him on the dribble. And his glide pattern, he tries to get intercepted by a Russian MiG, but they didn't shoot him down.
Scottie Pippen down on the court. The 22nd timeout has been called. College basketball coming up next Saturday. Doubleheader for you. Some of Here's Scottie Pippen. Watch it again.
This part of the no layup rule is don't give a man a layup. And Tree goes up and he says, hey, if I'm going to foul, I might as well make sure he doesn't score. He takes him down and he kind of got crunched on the knee. That's a good building for WrestleMania, right?
Looked like Hogan and Andre the Giant. Who was who? Huh? Who?
Mike Brown.
Scottie Pippen out of Central Arkansas. Surprise 5th pick in the first round. First 10 games at 10-point average. The last 25 he's averaged 4.2. Every category has gone down. That's that rookie wall you spoke about.
But the biggest adjustment, I think, for Pippen is he has played his game a lot like Michael Jordan. He's been a man that's had the ball and done things with off his dribble with the possession of the ball. Now playing with Jordan, I think he's going to have to learn to play more without the ball than with the ball.
Well, he's only hitting 58% from the free throw line. That's why the reaction when he made the first. And now here comes Atlanta. Whitman, 3-on-2. Dominique, nice dish off, nice feed. And then the shot won't go from Kevin Willis.
Willis should have crammed that one. You couldn't have run the 3-on-2 better than that.
John Paxson, nice feed inside. Oh, what a pass from Sellers.
And believe that kid used to be a center. He's passing like a guard.
Timeout.
Sellers to the right of your screen. Now takes it inside the defense. A double team coming up. He sees the defense moving, and all alone is Scottie Pippen underneath for a cram.
How to shave a giant.
Blackman, and I'm way above the rim, demonstrating some serious hang time. Very serious. Do you know how I get up for my game? Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? That's right. Air Jordan, Air Jordan, Air Jordan. Mike, what's up? Oh, money. Why you want to do that to me? Why you leave me hanging? Come on. I got it. Oh, Mike, man. That's cold, man.
There is much to admire about European touring sedans. The sophisticated styling, their agility and precise handling.
Fast break with a good decision at the end. Atlanta comes up with the ball. They quickly get it out. One quick pass. Whitman now becomes the middleman. He's looking at Paxson, and Dominique makes a great pass to Willis, who should have made that layup. They don't come much better than that for a fast break opportunity. And look at how Chicago's crawling back, 3 out of 6, but they're pushing the ball hard at the defense. And then before the Atlanta defense is totally set up, they're finding some openings.
This 8-point lead is the largest thus far by either team. Chicago enjoys it. They had trailed by as many as 5 and trailed at the end of the first quarter by 5. Doc Rivers, good off-balance shot, a little short. Pippen with a rebound. Oakley pulls up with the ball, goes back to Scottie Pippen. Now the half-court offense for Chicago. Doug Collins off the bench hollering instructions. We'll do a little isolation here. No?
Chicago very small now. Oakley playing a center position.
Jordan. Kevin Willis comes down with a rebound. Rivers forces it left side to Dominique Wilkins.
Dominique Wilkins.
That is his 3rd basket. He's now 3 of 10. He has 9 points.
I don't worry about him. Before the end of this ball game, Dominique Wilkins is going to get his points. He is a prolific scorer. And so is who? Guess who?
Michael Jordan.
Yes, sir.
56-48. 3:20 to go before halftime.
You know, the difference between Michael Jordan and Dominique is they're both leapers, but Jordan probably got a little bit more finesse at the end of his leap than Dominique does. Dominique really overpowers people at the end of his leap with strength.
Willis continues to misfire. That's Chicago's ball. Let's watch Michael Jordan put it on the floor.
And what really sets up his great ability to drive is the fakes and his one step and his dribbling ability. And look at that leap. He just knows how to find the blue sky and take advantage of it. I'll tell you, he is some kind of thinking player.
Jordan 8 of 12 from the field now in the first half. Sellers, Scottie Pippen, Jordan. There's Sellers from way outside. Boy, he's not shy about taking that long jumper.
That is one great part of his game. As a quick forward, I think he could be one of the all-time greats if he just learned to continually run and get a little more aggressive on the boards.
22nd timeout now. Mike Fratello and the Atlanta Hawks as they trail by 10 for the first time. Dominique Wilkins a week ago Saturday here. The disappointment of that All-Star weekend, but look what he's done since then.
Well, he has more or less taken his team on his own shoulders and carried them. As each ball player was being reinserted into a new role and trying to establish familiarity with that role, Dominique says, hey, get adjusted. I'll take care of business until you really know what you're doing. And he's done a great job. That's how competitive this guy is. I think he's a truly great player.
You know, has the reputation, deserved or otherwise, of being nothing but a scorer. And Mike Fratello, in talking to you and me last night, said, hey, all he was taught early on in his life was shoot, shoot, shoot.
And get the rebound on the miss, and he does those extremely well, and now he's becoming a real great team player.
That tip from Scottie Pippen. Chicago has really gotten on a roll here in the second quarter, hitting 70%. And Atlanta falling to 40%. There's Wilkins again.
Well, Pippen ended up defending Wilkins that time, and Pippen really got lost on trying to defend him.
Back to an 8-point margin. 2:15 before halftime. Sellers. Oakley from the baseline.
Chris Washburn is in for Atlanta.
Washburn acquired for the rights to Ken Barlow a month or so ago. Nice pump fake from Randy Whitman, and then Livingston has it tipped cleanly by Scottie Pippen. Now here's Pippen. How about that?
The forwards are really coming up with some great passes to make that fast break go.
2 terrific passes. Whitman counters for Atlanta. It's back to a 10-point margin. So they go back to Paxson. And post.
Here's the last Bulls fast break from the rebound. Quick outlet pass. Finds the open man down the sideline. Pippen takes it into the middle. Looks into the defense underneath. And nice pass to Jordan. Cutting up the middle by Sellers. Now that was really understanding how to take advantage of people coming to the basket off the fast break. They're getting that style down beautifully.
Horace Grant checks in, replaces his fellow rookie Scottie Pippen, who gave him some quality time here in the first half. And Dale Freed is back in the lineup. Michael Jordan will get a rest before halftime.
Well, Freed was the guy that originally got the Bulls started in the running game, put the heat on the defense, and it started to catch fire ever since he put his foot on the gas pedal.
Sellers has 9 points now and 5 rebounds and a couple of fine assists.
I tell you, I have seen him, and he looks like he was a very timid player in other games. It looks like he feels like he's Mike Brown.
We're going to have a quintet of Mike Browns. 64-52, 1:10 to go. Whitman will go to the line and shoot a couple.
Fouls on John Paxson, his first team foul.
Horace Grant and Scottie Pippen so far, between the two of them, 42 minutes a game, 14 points and 8.1 rebounds.
And when they're playing that well, this team wins. And I think their destiny will, for this season anyway, will rely or really be as important only as to how well they contribute game by game. If they're consistent, this Bulls team is going to be consistent themselves.
Horace Grant rejected by Chris Washburn.
Now, Washburn offers great potential, rather on the young side. Had some problems last year. Atlanta went out of their way to make a deal because they know he's a multi-talented player. Offensively, he can do it. But because he didn't finish college, came in as a hardship case, defensively, he's not to the pro standards yet.
Great searching underneath. 4 seconds on the shot clock. That's not the shot they wanted, but they get it.
Now, Paxson is a wily pro.
Randy Whitman counters. He's suddenly really gone cold. Foul on Chicago.
When little guys get involved in rebound action and they get surrounded, they fall down, and every once in a while, one of those small referees that takes pity on them.
Now, you saw that the graphic on the bench scoring. There's where they really missed John Battle, who's out with hepatitis.
Without John Battle, instant offense coming off the bench. Their ball club has suffered greatly, and they have not been able to find anybody else. Whitman was struggling, and I think they've got to find somebody else that can score with this ball club. Today, they're trying to get Whitman even more involved in the offense than perhaps before.
Battle out for quite some time, unknown length of time with hepatitis, and John Koncak suffered a serious knee injury the other night in a game in Detroit.
And he was really starting to get the defensive end of the game down, much like Tree Rollins. He was taking up an awful lot of room on the inside of the Hawks defense.
Matter of fact, Koncak had started 22 games this year for Atlanta, splitting time with Tree Rollins. Jordan, that's the three.
These Chicago Bulls.
They've been torrid in this quarter, and they have a 14-point lead now, 69-55.
Boy, it's a stampede here. Get out of the corral.
Rivers. No basket. The tip came right after the buzzer sounded. And a standing O for the hometown Chicago Bulls. Watch the last play, the buzzer sounding right when the tip was made.
Inside it goes.
There's 0. Yep, good call. That's the end of the first half with our score, Chicago 69, Atlanta 55. Jim Nance will be back with the Prudential at the half after this message. Between the two teams this year.
On that at the half and say, Dominique, get in a little bit closer, come off the picks, and then take it to the hoop if you can.
So Atlanta goes into quarter number 3 trailing by 14 points. I'm thinking back to Doug Collins, who has been exasperated by the lack of offense from his team. They got a shot to break 80 today.
You know, the object of a fast break team is to take over 100 shots a ball game. And right now, I think what you're talking about is good shooting today because they're getting a lot of easy baskets, but their shot attempts are way up near the 50 mark.
Brad Sellers gets the ball from Michael Jordan as we begin quarter number 3. Sedale Freed opens with Corzine and Oakley for Chicago. Loose ball taken by Sellers. Putback is good.
Well, that was keeping active on the board. Never give up a rebound until somebody's got sure possession of it.
And the Atlanta lineup will have Rivers and Whitman at the guards. Along with Dominique, Tree Rollins, and Cliff Livingston. So the starting 5 is on the court for Atlanta. 71-55. Livingston has the shot fall.
It looks like that's exactly what they're going to do coming out of the locker room. Emphasize the inside game. Take only layups on the fast break if they're there. And that's how Atlanta could get back into this game.
Turnaround jumper is short. Rivers comes down for Atlanta. Livingston turnaround over Oakley. Rebound Corzine at Chicago.
There's Street looking at the defense. Well, the Hawks really hustling back. I mean, they're not getting beaten by getting out hustled, getting back, but they're leaving gaps like that. Corzine just slid inside, and before anybody could get down to help, it's 2.
Little fadeaway for Dave Corzine, who now has 10 points. 73-57, 10:25 to go, third quarter. And then the shot doesn't go for Wilkins.
Well, that was hard off the glass, but he took a blow.
Jordan, 3, 2.
What a creative move that time by Jordan. Made the whole Atlanta defense react, found the open man.
And a quick Mike Fratello timeout. 75-57, a lead of 18.
Than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Anything you can be, I can be greater. Sooner or later, I'm greater than you.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
I don't know that Michael Jordan and Dominique remember when that was a hit, but you and I do. And how have they done so far? Wilkins and Jordan, 11 points to 18. Rebounds haven't changed much, and the Dominique 4 of 12 in the field.
They haven't been able to get Dominique down low because Sellers is a 7-footer, and he's very quick and really can give Dominique trouble inside.
Doc Rivers drives the lane and pays the price, but will shoot a couple coming up Saturday. NCAA doubleheader for you.
And so is that other kid, Danny Manning.
Yes.
Right now, this is the guy that's really got to come to the fore, too. Get in the paint, create something. He has been a real thorn in the Bulls' side in previous games. Has not done that much today.
Jordan thought about a 1-on-4 and then decided, well, even I couldn't do that. Came back and set it up. Corzine. Does he like that? Oh! That's a shock that he missed it.
Well, you couldn't ask for a better shot attempt than Corzine got. There was nobody within 15 feet of him. You're going to see a pick-and-roll play. The whole defense reacts to the penetration. Corzine spotted up as nothing but blue sky without a cloud in the area and missed it.
And that's what he hit, clouds. Basket good.
They're going to bring Rivers off a lot of picks now, trying to get him into the defense and let him overpower 3.
18-point lead down to 14. Oakley really has gone to that outside shot now.
Loosey-goosey offense, and Oakley, because he has trouble scoring inside, he just can't get up above the defender down there. He's using that outside shot more and more.
Jordan.
Doc Rivers is second. Team's first.
When in doubt, grab hold. Or when there is no doubt.
Yep, and here's a great play coming up. It goes, swings, and Oakley off the pick and roll just pulls up. Now, they've given Oakley the green light to take the shots when he thinks he's got them.
Three Rollins and Corzine battle for the rebound. Rollins hit it last. It'll be Chicago's to inbound.
Tree didn't like it.
And quietly let them know.
Got the good stare for a Tree.
Treat and Rivers. Oakley. Corzine got away with an early push, but then lost the ball.
I'm surprised Atlanta isn't getting up and really pressing and playing harassing defense to try and change the tempo, come up with a steal or two, and get a couple of easy baskets themselves. But they're slowing the tempo down now, trying to find a hot hand on this 5 on the court right now.
Randy Whitman hit his first 5 of the ball game, but he's suddenly gone into the icebox.
He got a great shot off that time. He was wide open.
We're live at Chicago Stadium in Chicago, a sellout crowd on hand for this special presidential holiday. NBA game on CBS. Chicago leading by 16. They led by 14 at the half. Tree Rollins with a rebound.
Loose ball foul.
Loose ball foul on Dave Corzine. Thus far in the ball game, the bench scoring big edge to Chicago, 36-13. Jordan has 18 points and 6 rebounds. And Chicago, which has been shooting poorly since the All-Star break, hitting at 57% for the game.
Well, now they have Dominic in a low post against the 7-footer. And I think, I thought Sellers perhaps might give him a tougher go down there, but Sellers played passive defense that time. That might be the place to start to get Atlanta back in it.
Bullet-like pass, Sadale 3. Kevin Willis in the lineup for Atlanta. And the Hawks force it. Rivers. Count the basket.
What a shot by Rivers that time. Here's Wilkins in the low post. Now, Sellers, a 7-footer who's got great leaping ability. And Wilkins got position A right over the box, and with his jumping is able to get over the top of Sellers, who doesn't release from the floor at all.
That last basket by Doc Rivers narrows the margin to 12, 77-65. Timeout, Doug Collins in Chicago. And Mike Fratello huddled with his troops on the other side. Doug Collins and the Chicago Bulls. 77-60 Education Fund. That's coming up a little later. Right now, 7:38 to go in the third quarter. And Doc Rivers will be at the free throw line trying to make it a 3-point play.
And I'll tell you, Atlanta right now has changed the tempo of this game just the way they want it. They're playing half court. If they've got a good fast break opportunity that Rivers, in essence, took advantage of the last time, taking it strong to the hoop, they're going to take it. And I think Chicago right now is falling right into the trap. They're willing to go along with this tempo, and the momentum could swing very easily to Atlanta right now. Here's the press defense by.
In order to avoid that trap you talk about, what must Chicago do?
You really got to push it up the court and still fast break, go for the easy baskets.
And Oakley gets, for today at least, a rare close-in basket.
Well, nobody went really and rotated to the open man on that pressing defense of the Hawks.
After a 13-point margin, 7:13 to go. Here's Jordan, and they'll force it.
Yeah, Wilkins did not get a good spot that time in the low post.
Long rebound comes down in the hands of Tree Rollins. Whoa! Oakley can't hang on. It'll be Atlanta's ball.
Here's the Bulls offense against the Atlanta 2-2-1 zone press in the middle, and now Jordan says Oakley on the baseline. Nobody was down on as the one man protecting. Tree Rollins made a big mistake.
Saw Rollins try to cheat out, and the minute he did, the pass was fired underneath. There's Jordan with another rebound. 3-on-2. Results in 2 with a chance for 3.
Was that beautiful by Jordan. There were 4 guys coming up, and Jordan had them all spotted and then started to read the defense. Now, you watch him after the rebound, say, get in the wing. He just took a look to see Oakley in the wing, and all of a sudden, he spots Sadale 3 coming in from the left side. Now, that's reading the defense and making it commit to where you want it to commit. You wouldn't want Michael Jordan forever having to play the middleman position either.
That just crossed my mind. Well,
I mean, what else would you want him to do?
Exactly.
Somebody else has got to do stuff like that.
82-66, back to 16 after that brief run by Atlanta. Rollins and Corzine shoving off each other. And Rollins gets two.
It was two behemoths bumping horns.
Jordan goes to the line.
Now, when you advance the ball quickly like the Bulls just did that time, even though you don't have a fast break opportunity, the other team's defense doesn't get totally set up. And Jordan's just smart enough to take advantages of any mismatch situations or any cracks or lack of concentration by the Hawks. And that's how he gets into the defense before they totally get set up. You know what makes him such a great player? Everything, I think, starts with his ability to dribble the ball as effectively as he does.
Now, that's an interesting point because one doesn't think of him as a great dribbler.
He puts it out there, and he's almost like a snake charmer, you know, with a flute and a snake, a cobra there. He gets people taunted and looking at the ball, and he's got a great first step if you make just the least little move to the hoop.
Dominique has it back in his face.
Brad Sellers is second.
Dominique, when he puts it on the floor, he's more of a one-dribble drive guy. He doesn't go usually more than one dribble. Here it goes, and immediately he turns around. A good up fake, forces the shot a little bit, got fouled, but, I mean, once he was up there, there was no other alternative except throw it in the balcony.
Fouls on Sellers, and both free throws good for Dominique Wilkins.
He's just not getting close enough to the hoop. The Bulls have angled him out. Sellers has done a very creditable job playing defense against him.
15 points for Wilkins now. 14-point edge. Sellers fouled by Livingston, or Antoine Carr, rather.
I'll call it Antoine Carr, his second, fourth team foul.
That's the second on Carr, fourth team foul.
That's one of the things they are very concerned about Antoine Carr. They think he doesn't play smart defense. He gets into quick foul trouble as soon as he gets inserted into the ball game. He gets too aggressive too quickly.
Fratello was saying the other night he got two, and before they could even get somebody over to the scoring bench, he had his third.
Yeah. And I think he's the type of guy right now they need to have in that low post because he can score down there. This guy has had some kind of offensive game and some kind of defensive game.
That shot doesn't fall, so the lead stays at 15. 5:38 to go, third quarter.
Boy, we're getting into Wall's time.
Jordan, that's his 10th rebound.
Talk about decisions, will you?
They may leave him at point guard the whole time. Oakley. Well, at the end, it wasn't pretty, but it sure was effective.
And they're all laughing. They see him coming up the court. That's devastating to a team trying to make a slow comeback.
A 22nd timeout, Atlanta, and a 19-point lead.
You're going to see a great block. Three was out around the foul line. No chance to make that shot. Jordan up with the rebound, and off he goes. And you see him get right into the middle of the defense. Look the defense off. Knew he had two men on the wing. Made the right selection of the right guy. Looking at it from another angle. The next basket coming up on the turnover. Just a little poor ball handling by Doc Rivers. And Sellers couldn't hang on to it. And Dominique intimidating Sellers right there, but the 7-footer makes it happen.
Now, you want to see the smile? Watch.
That's a low 10 and a high 5.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
And then the grin. Brad Sellers with 15 points and a 19-point lead after the 22nd timeout from Atlanta. We're back to play. Dominique. Jordan saves it. Oakley has it. And here comes Chicago running again. It was three, not Jordan. Michael down in the low post. Sellers aggressive after the rebound. Doc Rivers. Rivers wants the jump ball, didn't get the call.
Unbelievable that time. Charles Oakley would have had to take 2 guys and put them in the basket with the ball. They were hanging on to him so hard. Oakley is really one of the great offensive rebounders. It's a shame that he doesn't have that great leaping ability that some of these other Chicago Bulls have, because he'd scored 20 points alone off the offensive glass.
Washburn has to come in now because Tree Rollins has picked up his 5th foul. Watch this.
As Oakley on the inside, just carving out some room for himself, can leap for the rebound, and there he is, surrounded by red jerseys and red arms.
I'm not so sure that Doc Rivers didn't have a case to plead about that jump ball.
Somebody else had him, though, from behind.
20-point edge. Wilkins with the rebound. 90-70, 4:25 to go, 3rd quarter. Spud Webb is in.
Spud right now is going to try and penetrate, I think, a little bit.
Randy Whitman has hit only 1 of his last 6. Wilkins, that shot altered by Corzine. And here comes Michael. Oh! And again, Sellers with problems hanging on to it. That would have been dynamic. Well, let's slow it down.
Why not?
Wilkins with a foul.
There's Dominique, who had a shot altered by Corazine, and now Michael Jordan once again the rebound and the hard push. And look at those Bulls run, and underneath all alone was Sellers, but just couldn't hold on to it. That was an excellent decision by Michael Jordan. Picked the right man open, read the total defense, knew where the opening was going to be, where what we call a numerical advantage was. That's the type of stuff that makes fast breaks sing.
Dominique Wilkins with his 3rd foul. Sedale Threatt sits down. John Paxson comes in. And again, a quality game for Sedale Threatt.
And if nothing else that Sedale really did for this ball club was get fast feet into the game and get the forwards running.
Sellers gets them both. The lead is now at 22, 92-70, 3:35 to go, 3rd quarter. That was Jordan, and that was Wilkins.
Wilkins feels compelled right now to try and get him back into the ball game, not having one of his better shooting games. And the double teams by the Bulls may not take the ball out of his hands. He may just try and fight the double team.
Chris Washburn, shot clock went off. I don't think Washburn was aware how far down it had been. Atlanta, of course, currently leading the Central Division, but Detroit coming on. Detroit has beaten both of these teams in the last week.
Oakley has learned to take the shot off the catch better this year. That's really helped his inside game.
And Spud Webb comes down at the other end.
You're going to see the ball go inside to Oakley, and on the catch he makes the turn, and he does that quicker now, and therefore he's getting shots off easier inside.
Webb's basket good. Timeout. Spud Webb gets the basket to complete the 3-point play. So 94-73 now. Atlanta, of course, had Fratello as the coach of the All-Star game, and they've had some problems this last week. There's Jordan.
2 picks allowed him to sneak into the defense under total control that time. Put it off the glass. I mean, he is under control all the time.
Jordan has 22 points. This is Washburn. He gets a couple.
Well, they're going to need him with contact being out of the lineup.
Spud Webb John Paxson got poked in the eye by Spud Webb inadvertently.
2 picks by set up for Jordan. He's on the left top of your screen there. As Corzine sets one, and Sellers sets another one, and now he's into the defense. And Whitman had gotten beaten. Spud Webb never got to him. His shooting hand wide open. Easy shot off the glass.
And then on the inbounds play, John Paxson got poked in the eye inadvertently by Spud Webb. Jordan with 22 now. Wilkins has 15.
You know, Paxson's dad used to be a great player with the Cincinnati Royals when I was a player. Got 2 of his kids in the NBA.
Jim Paxson and John.
Yep. Father Jim went to Dayton.
Corzine still in the lineup now, has played most of the second half. Here's Jordan again. He's got 24 points.
No way is Spud Webb going to stay with Michael Jordan.
No. Doc Rivers tries the left-handed shot. Livingston with the rebound. The putback shot is not good. Oakley with another rebound. Baseball pass to Sellers. Spud Webb trying to contend with. There's Webb with a rebound. Look at that quickness, though. Isn't that great speed? Isn't that fun?
I want to tell you, if they can get him in the open court, the ball off the rebound, the outlet pass quick enough to Spud Webb, he makes big guys twirl.
98-77. And for the first time in a little more than a week, Chicago has reached 100.
You saw the good of Spud Webb, and you also saw the bad.
Right. Willis, 100-79. Final minute, third quarter.
Spud Webb having to guard Michael Jordan in a low post. But Michael's great leaping ability, I mean, it's an automatic, too.
This crowd responding to what they're watching with that matchup.
Foul on Spud Webb, his second penalty.
Look at Michael Jordan in the low post against Spud Webb. A handout, that's where he wants to pass. Spud Webb can't even see around him. And now it's in and up. There's no chance whatsoever. So you got a big asset when he handles the ball in Spud Webb, but a big liability when he gets posted up in the low post.
Enos Wadley, who just been signed because of John Battle's illness, is into the lineup for Atlanta. Charles Oakley is out for Chicago with 10 rebounds, and Jordan can't get the basket at the free throw to fall. Horace Grant comes back in now, replacing Charles Oakley.
You know, Horace Grant didn't play an awful lot, but he really got into the offense and got his hands going in his rebounds in that first half, and was pretty good in the really helping establish the lead for the Bulls.
There's a headline. Jordan misses both free throws. Enos Wadley. Willis with the turnaround. Chris Washburn. Rivers goes to the line. Let's see the foul on Corzine Pippen. It's on
his third penalty.
Corzine.
Dave Corzine, before each ball game, they try to rev him up. I saw him skipping rope for about 20 minutes trying to get his body. Every game he does that. Just trying to get himself rejuvenated or into sync before the game even starts. Before they even come in for regular warm-ups. I mean, I used to sleep before the game.
The strength coach of the Chicago Bulls is Al Vermeil. That's a familiar last name. His brother Dick, former coach of the Eagles, and of course my colleague on the NFL telecast last fall. And Al tries to get, he says he uses that technique with a jump rope to get the nervous system going.
Give it a shock and get him in gear.
Foul called on Wadley, his first.
Wadley is a guy that they just got from the CBA to take the place of Battle, who has the hepatitis problem. Wadley did play here in Chicago, and a lot of people think he should be in the NBA. He's got some good skills, but now he's going to have to come up and with the challenge of stopping this man right there, old number 23,
who now has 27 points. along with 6 rebounds and 11 assists.
And 11 assists are really the most interesting part, because that's the part of his game that's most improved.
I just misspoke. It's 8 assists.
8 assists?
Yeah. That's the end of the third quarter with our score. Chicago 102, Atlanta 81. We'll return to the stadium after this.
CBS.
Goes through, won't go down. The tip goes! Boston wins!
Down to 4, 3, 2. Reggie outside. Got it! He got it! The game's over! Sacramento wins the game!
7 seconds, around out front, bounces off Jabbar, back to Doherty. Doherty, a 15-footer on the rim, no. Tipped by Corbin. Good at the buzzer! The game's over! Cavaliers win!
NBA action.
20,000!
It's fantastic.
Back before a full house at Chicago Stadium in Chicago, Illinois, where the Bulls, for the first time in 5 games, have succeeded 100 points, and they do so in 3 quarters. And you want to see a rejected shot? Watch Michael Jordan against Enos Watley.
Well, he's got that great leaping ability, but what he does so well, he's not just an offensive player, but his defense is exceptional, and he got upset that he wasn't named to the all-defensive team, either first or second team, and he's out to prove that he's a good defensive player, like most North Carolina University players are when they come into the pros.
I saw a note in one of the local papers today that Jordan has blocked more shots this year than 16 NBA centers.
And he's got a good number of steals to go along with the blocks.
Here's John Paxson now joining Scottie Pippen, Sellers, Corzine, and Horace Grant. Very young team on the lineup, except for Corzine now for Chicago. Washburn dishes off to Wilkins, takes it all the way. He'll shoot a couple.
But it's been nothing soft in Dominique's shooting today. Everything has gone up very hard off the glass. He usually shoots the ball a little bit softer than he's been shooting it today.
Dominique Wilkins, 2 shots.
Scott Hastings has come into the lineup now, former Arkansas player. Wilkins is 5 of 17 from the field today.
And he's taken some decent shots, but not Dominique Wilkins' type of shots. When he gets going to the glass, he usually softens it up and can score, but he hasn't had enough opportunities going to the hoop.
Delay of game warning.
Call against Atlanta. That's the second
Call against Atlanta. That is the second delay of game call. I didn't hear the first one. And that results in a technical.
One of the favorite tricks to stop fast break teams, as soon as a basket is made, let's take a look and see what happens, is that the ball is knocked out of bounds by Atlanta.
Scotty Hastings just
wouldn't give it to the referee. But one of the favorite ways of stopping fast break teams, as soon as the ball goes through the basket, is for you to knock the ball away so that the other team can't get it quickly to inbound it and get up the court. The Lakers do that very nicely.
Do they now?
Oh, they cheat a little bit.
Do they now?
Yeah, because they know that they see it a lot because of their fast break style.
Now you're back in the headlines in Los Angeles.
Oh, well.
Paxson.
You know, I think the Hawks right now, in order to really get their act together, have got to get Willis more incorporated into their offense, bring him back to where he was last season. Did an outstanding job at the power forward spot. And also, I think they've got to really bring Washburn along now that Koncak may be out for the season.
Yeah, tactically, they've got a tough stretch now with Battle out, Koncak out, Willis still hampered a little bit. As a coach, do you try and just maintain now?
This is the most difficult job for a coach, is now you have great expectations. You've reached a certain plateau, and the players that brought you there aren't with you any longer, and other players have to assume different roles, and it's very difficult. You know, just because you're the 8th man on the team, that doesn't mean you're going to play well as the 5th man on the ball club.
Right now, 104-86 ball game, 10-15 remaining. Dominique puts the pump fake on Sellers, gets him to leave his feet, and then puts it in.
They didn't double team him that time. That was a good play by Dominique.
That's 20 now for Wilkins. And And a 104-88 score.
Anybody that's got a big guy likes to put a big guy on Dominique, take away the outside shot, force him to drive and angle him off. And Sellers is the ideal guy to play him. He's got size and quickness. When he gets down in a low post, like we're going to see right now, right over the box, there's not much you can do with him. Puts it on the floor, gets a half a good position, up fake. Sellers goes for the second one. Held his ground pretty nicely, but not long enough for Dominique.
Michael Jordan have NBA opponents on the run. Oakley relentlessly pounds the defensive boards and quickly outlets up court. On the receiving end is Jordan, whose dazzling moves leave defenders helpless. By thriving on split-second timing, teamwork has made Charles Oakley and Michael Jordan the best they can be.
I never dreamed I'd join the Army, but they gave me the opportunity of a lifetime.
1-2-1-7
Bulls leading at 104-88. And let's check now. They've got Michael Jordan, John Paxson, Horace Grant, Oakley, and Scottie Pippen on the court right now.
No center. So Oakley more than likely will be their pivot man. Play Kevin Willis.
Atlanta has Enos Watley, Scott Hastings, Dominique Wilkins, and Willis. Horace Grant with a rebound. Paxson, nice move.
Guess who comes up with the rebound?
His 13th.
I mean, give third rebound.
Yeah. No, it's 12. I'm looking at the hand signals over here, and I'm totally misreading them.
I mean, he got more than 3. He's been
I knew he had more than 3.
Crazy Michael Jordan.
But I got a nudge in the side that said I was wrong.
Well, he's your friend.
Not for long. 8:55 to go. Willis.
Kevin Willis.
Is he in control? The defense back below the pick, read it perfectly, pulls up, shoots the J. It's done. It's over.
Coffee break. 30 for Jordan. Nice. Watley gets 2.
Enos Watley's going to be very important in their scheme of things coming down the stretch. To get him from the CBA, this is a shakedown cruise right now. They're going to see how they can try and play him. Put him on Michael Jordan. By the time he swatted the ball away from Jordan, I want to see if he can play defense and also if he can run that ball.
That's a 3 for Paxson. Scott Hastings, Dominique Wilkins, back to Watley. And the foul on John Paxson. Decimated by injuries this year and other ineligibilities. Antoine Carr back in the line.
That Kansas team, Danny Manning is such a great player. Now, when you're really having problems with a supporting cast, you can concentrate on keeping down a great player, and you can stick 2-3 guys on him and minimize how great he is. But he's really, truly a great player. People are not misguided by the fact that he's having problems this year. It's his team is having problems.
There's Oakley a little too strong. And that ball will go back to Chicago. Tommy, do you still feel like Manning is the #1 pick next year?
He's a multi-skilled player, but he's not. He doesn't play big. He plays like a quick forward or a point guard at times. So he's not going to be a franchise player.
Time has been called. 7:28 remaining.
Than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Anything you can be, I can be greater. Sooner or later, I'm greater than you.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
As for today, Dominique Wilkins with 22, Michael Jordan with 30. Rebounds, a 12-4 edge for Jordan. And he's at 13 of 22 from the field to Wilkins 7 of 20.
Well, Dominique has not really taken charge as he's done all week long with his Atlanta team. He still has scored, but it hasn't been a Wilkins game.
There's Paxson off the dribble. The shot too strong, and here comes Dominique on the run. No offensive foul called. A no call, and the crowd didn't like it. Now Oakley picks up this foul.
Oakley has his third, 14th foul. Brad Sellers back for John Paxson.
Brad Sellers back in the lineup now, and John Paxson will go to the bench.
He's going to put Pippen in the backcourt. That'll be interesting. Point guard will be Michael Jordan, and Pippen will be the off guard. Different kind of look. Small, but big in the backcourt. Can Pippen be a guard?
We'll find out, at least for 7 minutes.
I think he can, because he plays like Michael Jordan. He's got a good dribble.
The feed to Sellers. Pippen with the follow. Oh! Great body control, Tom.
And of course, when you put a guy at his size at the guard spot, he immediately takes him to the glass, and right to the hoop he'll go for the offensive rebounds. There he is, inside the defense, and Rivers nowhere near in sight to block him out, and it's up and in. One of the forwards of Atlanta had to reach in and try and stop him from the shot.
That's 11 points off the bench for Scottie Pippen. 5 rebounds. Make it 12. Under the 7-minute mark now, 111.95.
Now here's the real challenge to Pippen. Can he stay with a guard defensively?
He's on Enos Watley.
And that's what Dougie Collins wants to see.
Kevin Willis. Jordan knocks it out of bounds. No, it'll be Chicago's ball. Elsewhere on President's Day, Milwaukee over Chicago, or Washington rather, 111-105 in the fourth. And Cleveland leads Sacramento at the half, 50-48. How about Mark Price this year for Cleveland?
Well, he's done a great job coming to his own. You know, he had some injuries. But the Cleveland Ball Club has got all that youth. Their injuries really hurt their development. You got all that enthusiasm. You got to put it all together with some wins, and the injuries hurt them so that they didn't produce the wins, but they're starting to get it together now.
Nice spin move by Dominique Wilkins. 113.97, 6:05 to go in the ball game.
One of these teams is going to, in this division, is going to try and outlast the Celtics. Now they're coming down the stretch trying to beat Boston's overall record in the conference to have the home court advantage.
Of course, Atlanta had an edge over the Celtics. They now trail 2.5 by 2.5 games, and it'll be 3 after today.
But Boston is out on the West Coast right now and playing the iron on the West Coast. And if they come back at a 500 mark, it could be an even Steven situation if Atlanta can hold serve in their own conference. I mean their own division, excuse me.
Oakley with another rebound, but he's on the line. Here are the Atlantic Division standings. Boston 34-15. Philadelphia, Washington, New York, and New Jersey kind of also runs in that division. So 34-15 is the important record. That's the Celtics record. And Atlanta came in 32-16, which is about to go to 32-17 in this game.
And you sure don't want to play Boston at the Boston Garden with them having the advantage for a 7th game. And that's what it's all about with some of these teams in the the Central Division. And you see Atlanta's only 1 game off that pace in the loss column.
113.97, 5:15 to go. Oakley doesn't get the shot to fall.
That time, Oakley got the ball, and he was on a glide pattern instead of a leap pattern.
Charles Oakley with 2 shots.
Corazine sets a beautiful pick here. I mean, that's a wide body. And into the defense, Carr did not cut off the penetration. There's the laydown pass. And you see that inability of Oakley to lift and get the good jump causes him to really not score a lot of hoops underneath. He's so strong getting rebounds. If he could just jump about a foot, he'd be so tough to stop.
Free throw won't fall. 114.97. 5:05 to go. Quick move by Doc Rivers and the off-balance shot. Oh, what a dandy play by Pippen. How about that for heads up? Literally.
That was not a rookie move. Good hustle play by Pippen to keep it in bounds. Saves it and knows there's no place to go but off a car's head. Made it work.
Antoine didn't know quite what to think.
That hurts, boy. That hurts.
Oakley. Foul by Kevin Willis. Coming up tonight on CBS, Kate Nelly and Mike Fratello's thinking about the trip back home.
You know, this Chicago Bull team, though it's looked so exceptional, you can tell by the prior week that they've had that they can have ups and downs and be very sporadic and erratic at times. What this club ultimately can build to is one of the fastest teams to use speed, which is what Doug Collins' philosophy is. And with a superstar like Michael Jordan as your potential prime offensive player, you don't need an inside game quite as much as some of the other teams. So they can really be dynamite by the end of the year.
Oakley, Pippen, all the way back out to Jordan.
Michael Jordan wanted to pass the ball that time, but there were 5 red jerseys attacking him, and he couldn't find anybody open.
So he just hung there for 3 seconds.
He just hung there until they went by. Look at all those jerseys around him. Took the blow, and we'll get to the line, but that's how fantastic this man is. He's getting that leap down where he's making them effective for everybody in his ball club, and I wouldn't want to have to try and defend him by the end of this season. I mean, he is not just a scorer anymore. He's a legitimate weapon.
Would you, at this point in the year, would he be your MVP?
I have to say, probably by the end of the year, he would be. He's carried this team. Don't sell Dominique Wilkins short, too.
Okay.
He's carried his team on his shoulders for the last few weeks.
Pippen with a rebound for Chicago. 4 minutes to go. 118.97. Washburn comes down with it for Atlanta, and Spud Webb pushes it up.
The object with Spud Webb is don't leave your feet until he releases the ball. You play Spud Webb for the pass. Retreat as far as you can, and don't leave your feet until he releases the ball.
Whitman off the pick. Jordan with the rebound. 13 rebounds for Michael Jordan. 3:30 to go. Chicago will win this one. Washburn and Corzine battling underneath. Washburn won the battle.
5 seconds on the shot clock. 5 seconds.
Well, you want a comparative figure. Wilt Chamberlain averaged 42 points per game, and Jabbar 31.8, and Jordan's number 3. That's after 3 years in the league. Here comes Webb. Lays it back beautifully for Washburn.
Now that is really an excellent, I mean a superior fast break play. To use the initial thrust of the fast break and then hit a trailer and know the trailer's coming behind you. That's intelligence.
118.99. Sellers to Corzine. Off the glass and good. Whitman finally ends the streak that he's been in.
The Bulls just have thrown a fantastic game at Atlanta here. They have done virtually everything right since the first quarter.
Corzine cutting in the lane, can't hang on to the pass from Oakley.
The most distinctive thing they've done in this ball game is really
And $500 cash on many new CK Chevys now.
Been a good day for Doug Collins and the Chicago Bulls. Been a good day for Kathy Collins, too. She's with Jim Nance. Jimmy?
All right, Vern. You know, both Vern and I worked with Doug Collins here on CBS, so we know what he's like off the broadcast. But what about after a game like this, Kathy?
Well, he'll be very excited because it's nothing better than to win on national TV and to have our team do so well.
How about those rare occasions when he does lose? What's he like?
Well, he's pretty devastated. He says it's worse. The losses don't make up for the wins. They're much more devastating.
You know, I remember Chris Collins, your son, who's an exceptional athlete. Tell me how he's doing.
He's doing great. He is. His team has only lost 2 games in 3 years, so he just loves it. He's doing fabulous.
Chris is a ball boy at the Chicago Bull home games, but today they did hold class, so he had to miss this national television appearance.
Yes, he did, but I'm sure he'll be happy that I made it on TV.
All right, Kathy, thank you very much. Let's go back to Vern and Tommy.
Okay, fine, Jim. Thank you, Kathy. That goes right into what Doug was saying about the things he's learning, Tommy, about coaching. He can't really enjoy the victories.
What happens is you get so embroiled in a long season that one game doesn't mean an awful lot. It's consistency of what you're doing. And you're constantly meeting new challenges like Mike Fratello is facing right now. Injuries. So new things keep getting thrown into the equation for you to solve. Even when you solve them, there's something new challenging happening tomorrow.
Corsi in the final 150 of the game.
You know, the real ultimate feeling of being a coach is to know ahead of everybody else that you got a solid basketball team, and that's what Doug Collins expressed to me yesterday. You know, I know we have a good basketball team, and everybody kind of thinks that he has a good basketball team, but he knows they are.
He did say, however, that he would enjoy the luxury of knowing, as Pat Riley does, as Casey Jones does, that you got a guaranteed 50 when you start the season.
Well, that'll happen to him if he keeps with what he's doing right now and really kind of learns to use that speed even better than he's done today.
There's a foul, and Scott Hastings will go to the line.
You know, speed is the only way to win without a center. If you don't have a low post guy to go to all the time, you better max out your speed advantage, and that's what he's going to have to do. And they're still kind of in between of getting the most out of what they've got speed-wise.
Scott Hastings will go to the line. In the Midwest of the NBA, Dallas won last night in Los Angeles, but they had that slump at the end of just before the All-Star break, and Denver and Houston just 2 games back, so that may go down to the wire.
Well, Houston, after that move, I think they got the guard that they've been looking for so long in Sleepy Floyd. And also, Joe Barry Carroll as the backup center has produced nicely for them, and they're starting to gel.
124-107, 50 seconds to go. Spud Webb is short with a shot. Paxson with a rebound. So Jordan will wind up with 32 points today, just 1 below his season average. Brad Sellers.
This is the guy that's had an outstanding day.
Yeah, Sellers.
Brad Sellers, boy. That's as aggressive a game as I've ever seen Sellers play.
The foul called on Antoine Carr, and that's all. His 6th personal foul.
Antoine Carr fouls out. And Doug Collins allows himself a rare smile on the bench. He said the one thing he thinks he brings to this team as a young coach is a sense of consistency, that he doesn't get too up after a big win, nor does he chew them out in the locker room after a particularly woeful loss.
Well, if you're going to be a pro's pro, a player has to understand that you can't get overexcited about a particular win or get down in the dumps about a particular loss. You have to be even keel and have a work ethic that produces the same type of intensity game in and game out. Don't let your emotions overcome. And that's what the 2 rookies are having a problem with. They enjoy the victories too much and sink too low when they lose.
Tommy, you had the same circumstance that Doug Collins is. You went from player to coach. How long, or was it immediate, before you felt comfortable in the coaching room?
Well, I think it takes about 2 years till you get the feel of the players and also the feel of the style. I think Dougie has learned he's going to be a creative. What I like about him is a creative person, and he's going to do some creative things. And he's turned his ball club loose to really enjoy playing the game.
Chicago wins it. A strong second.